Hi, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. As usual, we've got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about some events. We're going to talk finance later in the show. And right now, with the cooler weather, it might be just in time to learn about this local business. We're talking to Keith and Craig. We met from Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
So glad to have you. So obviously, with things cooling down sort of rapidly on us here, people are probably starting to get ready to have their furnaces serviced for the winter. Things ramping up for you?
Yeah, it's hard to believe a week and a half ago it was 80 degrees and we were working on air conditioners. But yes, the past week we've had majority of our calls that we're running today are maintenance related. It's an important thing, you know.
You want to kind of get ready for the winter before it gets too late, right?
Yeah. I mean, most manufacturers recommend you at least get them serviced once a year. So as long as they're doing it once per year, you know, it really doesn't matter if we get to you know, in the next few weeks or next few months.
Okay.
But yeah, maintenance, the three big takeaways that we do when we look at any type of maintenance call is we stress on comfort, safety, and efficiency.
Okay.
Comfort, obviously, goes into a little more depth than just temperature control in the home, humidity, air quality, things like that. And then we jump into efficiency. We want to make sure that the equipment is running at peak efficiency. It's going to save us some money on the electric and fuel bills. And most important, safety. Majority of our customers do have gas furnaces. We hear those stories, news stories every year about carbon monoxide fires, things like that. And we want to do everything we can to prevent that type of stuff from happening.
That's so interesting because we so often think about comfort when we think about heating and air. Maybe not safety number one on our list. So
Right.
I'm so glad that you're thinking of that, making sure that we're safe at home. So you're saying as far as a better time of year to have your heating and cooling serviced, now is a good time obviously for heating.
Now's a great time, but again, like I said, as long as you're doing it annually, once a year.
Okay, good to know. Now, Cardinal, and may give a nod to where they're located, but let's talk a little bit about the business, how long you've been open and where you are.
So the company was actually founded by our father, Rick, in 1984. We're located in Sun Prairie. We've been in Sun Prairie its entire existence. We're currently located on Brooks Drive on the west side of Sun Prairie. If you're familiar with Sun Prairie, it's where everything's happening right now on that side. We're right off of 151, so if you're traveling down 151 as well, you can see our building from there. But we've grown from when my father started the company as just a one-man, one-truck organization doing HVAC service and installation to close to 54 employees now with multiple other different services as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a lot of growth. So you mentioned other services. What are those other services?
Yeah, so not a new service to us, but for probably the past 8 years, we have a plumbing department.
Wow.
So we have plumbers on staff that are taking care of anything from a drippy faucet to replacing the water heater or softener, or water quality is a big important thing today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, our newest service is we also have full electricians on staff. So now, again, anything from hanging a ceiling fan to updating the electrical panel in your home, we're able to offer those services to our customers too.
Wow, that's a lot of home services that you provide
Yeah.
under one umbrella.
Yes.
What do you think sets you apart as Cardinal?
Well, this is probably something I could talk about for quite some time, but I'll hit on a couple things. One of the key things I think is our attention to detail. From when we go into a house, putting on shoe covers at the front door, putting on drop cloths during installations, the cleanup, making sure that we leave that house cleaner than when we found it. That's utmost important. We want to respect that customer in their home. Another thing would be education. We find education very important. In order for us to perform at the highest level every single day, we spend a lot of time and money. We have a budget that exceeds 6 figures for our education, for our staff every single year, and we are training nonstop. So those are some of the biggest things that I feel set us apart.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick before we go, what do you think the biggest challenge is of running a service industry?
I would say hands down recruiting. With kind of record unemployment levels, strong housing market right now, and just a lot of younger generation just not getting into the trades. You know, it's not just heating, plumbing, electrical. It's really all the trades that are kind of suffering right now for younger guys coming up. So
I think that's where some of your education comes
That's
into
where the
play.
education comes into play,
Yeah, well,
absolutely.
you guys are great. Thank
Yep.
you so much for sharing a little bit about the business. Congrats on the success and the growth. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you again.
thank you very much.
Again, this is Craig and Keith. We met with Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning. You're watching Talk of the Town. We've got more coming up after the break.